It's been a hot minute, ladies and gentlemen, but we have back the first lady of fandom, Miss Liz. Dakar, one of your favorite people, are back in the studio. Dakar uh has this great love for Miss Liz. He has suggested about a year and a half ago that we do a show dedicated to Miss Liz.
That's right.
And here we are. Miss Liz. Was it fresh out off of GalaxyCon? All right, Miss Liz, let us have it.
Mm,
You have seen His Royal Highness the bear.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, now it adorns a new. Can you
Look
see
at
it?
that.
Look at that. And he signed it large and in charge, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Mm,
Right
mm, mm, mm.
underneath, right underneath Cameron, otherwise known as Jacob.
That is
Otherwise,
great.
otherwise known as Jacob. And I also took Tilk with me and showed him off, and you'll get to see him in a few minutes. And I showed him a picture of all the bears, and I got him a small. I didn't give him full explanation of how all the bears got made, but I did tell him that everyone had a bear, and they were signed. But that's all I told. I didn't give him the full story because, I didn't want to make people wait too long. I mean, we spent almost an hour in line as it was. About 30 or 40 minutes of that hour, we were waiting for him to just show up. Because that's the first place I went when I finally got in the door. I went straight for his table, and there was like 7 or 8 of us already standing in line, and everybody was loving the bear, both bears, by the way. And so we had to wait till he showed up. But he did finally show up, as you can see. All right, I'm going to put His Royal Highness down. I did a little bit of shopping, not much, because I never did get to see the whole room. We were just busy doing other things. We went to 2 panels. We went to, of course, Richard Dean Anderson's panel, me and Marcus. And my friend Barbara and Carl were there also. And Marky Mark and Vonda were there also. And he took a video of it, and it's on Facebook now. The panel from Richard Dean Anderson. And I also went to the James Almost panel. And the main reason we went to that one is because we wanted to get a good seat for Richard, because Richard was off right after him. So I got to see 2 people I wanted to see. Hi, Taco Cat. I did not get to go to a lot of the panels I would have liked to have gone to, but we were kind of busy running around, saying hi to people and whatnot. And we did a little shopping, and we did lunch. And if I hadn't been hanging out with Bill and Pam, I probably would have made a lot more panels. But so this is the couple of things that I did pick up.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna get it framed. There's a booth there. They were there last year, and I went to the booth again this year. I didn't buy anything last year, I don't think. I don't remember. I remember talking to her, and she has all these Egyptian papyruses with everything, from pharaohs and, and Nefertiti's and bass and all that kind of stuff. I got this one. Pamela got the other one. She got the black one. I got this one. And I had my eyes on the Nefertiti. And my friend Marcus, who was standing next to me, says, "I think you'll like the other one better." So that's the one I got. And we stopped off at our favorite guy, who we have been doing business with for over 20 years, most of the time down at DragonCon. All those lovely badges that are on the bears came from him. Every single last badge. And he recognized them. I says, "Yeah, they came from you." He says, "Yeah, I remember." And we picked up a few pins. I know Marcus picked up a couple of pins. Oh, and I got Marcus a birthday present. An expensive birthday present. If anybody's seen Deep Space Nine, not Deep Space Nine, Space 1999, they had the little, communication and the gun, and he had a set, a really nice replica set that actually functions, makes the lights and all that kind of stuff, and I bought it for him for his birthday.
That's nice of you, Miss Liz.
Well, he's my best buddy. He's my best friend. We've known each other forever. We basically split the cost because it was expensive. So I paid for half and he paid for half. But he's very happy about it. And he went online to look at the same thing he just bought. And eBay and whatnot are charging a whole hell of a lot more than what we paid for it. So we got it for a bargain. Okay, I picked up a couple of Stargate pins. Then I picked up this one. Can you see it?
Yep, we can see it right there.
Okay, there's a little Grogu. And Yoda. Yeah, I picked up like 3 Stargate pins and then 2 Star Wars. And then, of course, I love anything that's got Chewie. He was so cute, I had to get him. So that's what I bought from him. And this other gentleman who had all kinds of artwork and various things. Whoops. Yeah. No, that's not it. This one's metal. This one's a real nice one, not the plastic one.
Ooh.
No, this is not the plastic one. But they look like that, but they're not plastic. Definitely not plastic. There was a booth there that does all kinds of artwork, and they're all on metal. And Marcus got one from the Enterprise. He bought one with the Enterprise on it. And they had all kinds. They had from Disney to Star Wars, you name it, they had it. And I picked up this one. And you know who that is, don't you?
Supernatural?
I suppose he was in Supernatural, but he was also in Firefly. That's Mark Shepard.
Yeah.
The actor. Who's right now on hiatus because he had a heart attack last year. So he's still in recuperating. But yeah, he's probably from but he's been in a lot of stuff. But I remember him most from Firefly. He also likes to play villains.
That's who he played in Supernatural. He was a villain.
He always plays villains. I don't think I've ever seen him play anybody but a villain. I think maybe he played one good guy and one small thing, but it was just a little, like a small part. And I met him. I met him a couple of times down at Dragon Con and one other con, and he's such a nice guy. So that's all I bought. I didn't buy anything else other than food. We did have lunch. And because I spent so much money on getting the bear signed, and then the big thing for the biggest part of the day is going to his photo op and getting pictures. 2 of them. Okay, this one's the first one.
Oh.
See, there's Tilk and Jack. And you'll notice I am wearing, my t-shirt happens to have Christopher Judge on it. From when I met him years and years and years ago. And Richard said, I said, yeah, he's really fun to hang out with. He says, yeah, he said, he's even more fun if you get a couple of drinks in him. That's what Richard said. Which I would not be surprised in the slightest, being the fact Christopher Judge is a very exuberant and happy and, just, you add a little alcohol and he's, I'm sure, So, I got that picture, and then we got this one done. With me and Marcus and whatnot. I think they
Very
came out
nice.
beautifully.
They did.
Marcus thinks we should make a t-shirt out of this one, like we did Christopher Judge.
That would be neat.
If you want it done like that, Miss Liz, bring me when we have lunch.
Yeah.
Bring me the picture. I'll take a picture of it and I can put it on a shirt.
Yeah, because the Christopher Judge one, actually, Marcus and I took care of that. We were able to go out and get the t-shirt and had the thing printed out on an iron-on thing, and then we ironed it on the shirt. That's how we did it, but that's like a long time ago. A long time ago. And, yeah, hang out with Chris is lots of fun. So I can just imagine what he'd be like if he had a little alcohol in him. Because he's already a bubbly person anyway, and you got a little alcohol in there. I wouldn't be surprised. Richard was going, yeah, you think he's fun sober, you should add a couple of drinks. And, like I said, we went to his panel. If you get a chance, Marky Mark's put it on, the whole thing is on, he's put it on the Geek Fandom page, I think. And he gives you this lovely story of how he had a miserable trip. Hey, cat, don't play with those. He had a wonderful trip, not coming from California. 16 hours it took him to get from California to Richmond because of the airplanes. Not fun. And he told us about his first love when he was a kid was Twinkies. And he told us all about his introduction to acting because of Twinkies. Apparently his father directed plays or whatever, And he went to one when he was like 5 or 6, several times. And when they were doing the food, yeah, there he is. And they were doing the food for the play. They put Twinkies on the plate to pretend it was supposed to be some kind of cake or whatever, some wedding cake or something like that for the play. And being the fact he was a 5, 6-year-old, guess what he wanted and was drawn to? he says, uh, well, if I can get paid acting to have Twinkies, that's not the way he said it, but basically that was
the
his
gist of it.
explanation. And apparently his father was an English teacher or something or other, and was always correcting to make sure he spoke properly. And then he talked about his working with this organization out of California to save the ocean and the ocean's critters and whatnot, and the long history with that. And then they did all kinds of answering questions from Stargate, and MacGyver. He put it this way. He said MacGyver was like a kid in a candy store. He was a geek with a kid in a candy store. That's how much fun he had. He said, but then he went through all the list of things that he had to get. He injured himself. Back, knees, arms, broken arm, broken this. He said, long list of stuff he got injured doing MacGyver. But he said, but he really liked doing SG-1 because of, he got to do a lot of stuff, and he got to let loose a little. Sometimes much to Brad's, who's the writer, director, whatever, much to his dismay. He had to rein him in a few times. And his favorite thing when he was doing SG-1 was making out with Amanda. Sam. He got a couple of times where but he said that was one of his favorite things. He talked about, one of the guys asked about one of everybody's favorite episodes is the one where him and Tilk were on the loop, stuck in that loop over and over and over again. He said they did all kinds of stuff, but only some of it made it on film because, Brad had to, like you said, rein him in. And so they had to do a lot of editing because he would go off in a tangent or whatever for that particular episode. And that's the only one we really went into a great deal of detail. And they asked him a bunch of questions. He got really emotional on one of the questions because apparently this young man wasn't old enough to remember why Richard left SG-1, the show, in the first place. And he opened up that can of worms. And it really made Richard very emotional because he gave up the show, which he loved doing, so he could spend time and be with his daughter. Because the mother of the daughter decided that she didn't want to live or whatever. I don't know what the difficulty was because he didn't go into that. But apparently it was extremely painful on Richard's side of the fart because he got all emotional. So he gave up and so he could still have his, relationship with his daughter. And the only thing he would say about the mother was that at least they were friends now. And that's all he said. He didn't go on into any other detail, other than but you knew he was feeling it because he was tearing up, and he took everything he had to keep himself from going, blubbering. I felt sorry for him, and he tried to pretend that he wasn't talented, and I basically told him that he was basically talking a bunch of hooey because he was talented. And his response to that comment was, "Thanks, Mom." And yeah, we didn't get to keep him. We didn't get to do it very long. We would have liked to have done it longer. And I know he did, because when the time came to leave, he didn't want. He was having so much fun. So we only ended up with about 30 or 40 minutes with him. That was it. About 35, 40 minutes, something like that. So, and then when we did the photographs, didn't get any time with him at all. We basically got in there, got our pictures done. Yeah, he got to enjoy the bears for a few seconds, and got the pictures done, and that was it.
Well, from what I hear, Miss Liz, there was such a line of people, that they had to kind of hurry people in, hurry people out.
Actually, Richard Dean Anderson's line wasn't that bad. It was bad. It was long, but it wasn't as some like some of the celebrities. Oh my God, some of the celebrities, it was just enormous. Yeah, I think he had more people probably lined up for his autograph and stuff right now. Of course, I was there very first thing when he started his autographing. So I never got to see how long the line got during the day. But he was apologizing for how long it was and everything during the talk. Near the end of the talk, he was apologizing to everybody for, how bad it was for the people having to wait to see him and talk to him and get an autograph and that kind of thing. So apparently it must have gotten bad.
Well, next year, the convention will be 4 days.
Really?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, ma'am. Sunday. Yes, ma'am.
We're Marcus and I haven't made up our minds whether we want to stay at the hotel and go more than one day or just do what we do now, is go up on Saturday and come home. I didn't get home till about 9 p.m. that night. I left my house around 6:30, and it's a good thing we got there early, because the line to get in the convention on Saturday, it was enormous, and it never got any shorter. I mean, it was still enormously long at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wrapped around the building 2 times, and there were 3 lines getting in.
Yep, because we got there at 8:30, and got in line at 8:30, and it was already zig zig zig. Went down one side of the building and then zagged and went. So it was it. Let me see. Probably 30 to 40 minutes. I'd say we spent at least 45 minutes in line, but that was including the half hour we had to wait till 9 o'clock when they opened the doors. But once we got in the door and got into the line, that moved rather quickly. We were done with getting our badges and whatnot about 10 minutes before they started opening at 10. So all that time was spent getting our badges. But I also had to get the ZAT looked at to make sure it wasn't a lethal weapon. the poor guy that was doing the checking, he goes, "What is this?" And he was looking at it, and I said, "It's a ZAT gun from he says, "Well, obviously you can hurt, so I got the go, because it wasn't a phaser or any of that other guns, or they were putting it on everything from swords to everything. Anything that even remotely looked like a weapon got a little taggy thingy on it.
Mm.
And but that didn't take more than 5 minutes for that, because I don't know how long that line got, but when we were there first thing in the morning, maybe 2 or 3 people in front of us, that was it. Hello, baby.
So, Miss Liz, you are a knight of the Fandom Roundtable,
Yes.
and you are also part of the Matriarchs of Fandom.
Yes.
So you ladies will be popping on this Thursday.
Yep.
Your subject matter is fandom.
We're not doing the round table till next week, right?
No, roundtable is this Wednesday.
Oh, it's going to be so we got both days, huh?
You kicked off the start of Media Week, I guess.
Yep.
So there's you today. There's roundtable on Wednesday.
Yep.
Matriarchs of Fandom on Thursday, and the Outlaws Thursday morning. And then, of course, this
Thursday morning.
This Thursday morning, Dakar and I will be back.
Okay.
Talking about Star Wars and opening up the page.
Well, I know you had a talk last night that I didn't know anything about until this morning.
Well, Talking Geek was, of course, something that Jedi Joe wanted to do. He wanted to, basically talk about GalaxyCon and everything else. And
they were busy.
I heard and I saw
4 panels.
Yeah.
I saw 3. I did not see the Phantom versus Phantom. I did see the Marvel and DC one, which, by the way, Larry won. And then I saw the Star Trek versus Star Wars, and Larry won that one too. So.
We got most of it on. The only one we didn't get was Meet the Geeks. That's the only one we didn't get. Mark and Vonda did a wonderful job of filming stuff, sending it to me. I put it out on the pages.
Yep.
But it was definitely a little something. But it's great to have you back. It's great to have you and the ladies back on Thursday night. And then, of course, A Path to a Galaxy Far, Far Away returns. And I think we'll be talking about Bad Batch. And then Sunday is Blurs.
Larry says I shouldn't watch the Blurred because of the language.
You should not watch the Blurs. The Blurs is not for you, Miss Liz. And I'm saying that because the language gets pretty raw. Think Eddie Murphy raw.
Larry also says not to watch his rant because he really uses...
Big L rants are not for you, Miss Liz, because Big L is like Sam Kinison without the
screaming.
Yeah, without the screaming.
Yeah, because
he's a potty mouth.
I was talking to Larry this week, at GalaxyCon this weekend, and he was telling me about it. And I said, "Oh, okay." He says, "This is where, as he puts it, I stop being Larry and I become."
Yeah, yeah. That's not for you, Miss Liz. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of I'm stepping away from the blurs a little bit because that's not what I want to. I don't want to keep projecting that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, I get really heated and passionate about my debate, and when I get to that point, you know what I mean, and then I hear somebody who obviously doesn't understand how the industry is working, I get real short. So, I'm pulling myself out of that situation, concentrating on Portal Talk, and of course, um, anything that Dakar and I are doing. So that's what I'm doing. But
And I've seen some stuff from Dexter, but of course Dexter just does it to get everybody's going.
yeah,
He just
Dexter's my hype man,
he just
my
likes
evil
to
hype man.
he likes to poke the bear,
Yes, he does, Miss Liz.
and
He does like the poke bear.
he's found out that you don't pick.
You don't pick with Miss Liz.
You don't poke me when it comes to Star Trek.
No, ma'am, you do not. But I look forward to seeing you at our next convention. I think is what, Tidewater Con.
Yeah, I already talked to Joe, and he's saying that I could help out at the table if he wishes me to do so. And he says, if you want to, I said, yeah. And so I'm there if he needs me. And then and then for me, I've got RavenCon coming up.
Ooh, are you going to RavenCon this year?
I have to go to RavenCon. I'm one of the staff.
Mm.
So I work.
I hope you
RavenCon.
take lots of pictures. We would love to see that.
Well, I will try to take lots of pictures.
Well, I know you're going to be working.
I did not take that. I only took maybe 20 pictures at Comic-Con, which you will get to see if I see you at lunch or something, because I have no way of knowing how to. I could give you the pictures on your phone if you wanted it that way, or you can wait to see them for lunch or whatever. Because
well, if you took pictures, you send them to me so I can put them up, so I can say, Miss Liz took these, and
I can do that.
Yeah, do that so we can do that. And if you want to have lunch, we can have it on the 29th, which is a Friday, if that's good with you.
This month?
Yeah. Did you want to do lunch this month, or did you want to wait until next month?
No, because I can do it this month. It would be a lot easier.
Okay.
Because third weekend of April is RavenCon, of course.
Yes.
And I'm going to be working that. And then the week later after that, on the 5th of May, I'll be doing the mouse.
Yes.
And you have me looking for something for Tron.
Yes.
And I think that's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm looking for. Nobody else has had anybody says anything. Oh, and I got one other person who's having me find her a coffee mug, either Magic Kingdom, or if I can find something with Pluto on it, that kind of thing. She says that she'll take either way.
Pluto. Well,
I have to take care of her. She takes care of my taxes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, Ms. Liz. 29th, it's Friday, same bat time, same bat channel.
11:30.
11:30.
Okay, same place.
Same place, our favorite place, Miss Liz. You know that's our place.
No, I know it's our place.
I look forward to seeing the pictures. As soon as you give them to me, I will post them up.
Okay.
Miss Liz, as always, it has been an honor. Dakar.
Well, it's always a pleasure getting together with the First Lady of Fandom, seeing all her nice trinkets that she always seems to be able to manage. Love the bears, and always love the stories.
Yeah, well,
So,
one of these days we gotta break out all the bears so we could see them all.
oh yeah.
You tell us when, Miss Liz. We're here for
I,
you. Any
I
Tuesday, you let us know.
and the only bad part about Saturday is I didn't get to see as many celebrities as I would have liked to have seen, but that place was packed. You know, there were a lot of people there. I think
I heard.
I talked to like three of the wrestlers, and that was only because there wasn't a lot of people at their table, and I was just walking by. And one of them was a veteran from the military. He recognized my uniform because apparently he was in Desert Storm too. But he was, I think, Marines. And then I talked to I talked one wrestler guy. We were just talking, and we were talking about Dwayne, The Rock,
Mm.
and 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 then I just kind of sort of talked to the guy, one other guy, which but that was the only celebrities that I really got to talk to. Everybody else was pretty much mobbed. If you wanted to see anybody, it was long lines. So, especially Katie Sackhoff's.
I know. I'm part of the 2%.
She was huge. Hers was huge. I think the lady from Mandalorian, hers was really long. Michael, Saved by the Bell, Michael. Oh yes, yeah.
I'm part of the
She
2%.
was there. She was there. Oh, I also saw the Mandalorian panel. I knew there was another panel. The one where they had, the three of them, Katie and her and the Inquisitor, guy.
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon, yes. And then there was the other panel, which I just remembered, which I didn't really watch all of that. I only saw a smattering of it. And it was the guy that played Optimus Prime.
Peter Cullen.
Yeah. But I had to go someplace else, so I only got to.
Ms. Liz, it is always a pleasure. We're glad the First Lady of Fandom is back. Fandom According to Liz, ladies and gentlemen. This will be uploaded to YouTube as soon as I get a chance to exit on out of here. But right now we are currently on Facebook here at the Cosmic Portal. My silent partner, Dakar, with the Cosmic Portal, has helped us upgrade our system. Unfortunately, you have not seen that system now, but I can guarantee you the next time you see Miss Liz, she will be on our new system and looking just as lovely as she is today. Miss Liz, you know we love you.
Well,
You're very special to us.
Wolf.
I know you love seeing your wolf, Miss Liz. She is one of our favorite people. She has supported us throughout the ages. I knew Miss Liz when I didn't even know I thought I knew Miss Liz, when she had her yard sale out in her yard. Every springtime, me and my friends would go, and years later, I find out that this is the lady that was doing it, and I was floored that we were running in the same circles, never really meeting, but always in the same circles. I met her. I saw her again at the convention where Denise Crosby was there. And it was like when I was telling Dakar all this, he's like, dude, we got to put her on a show. This lady knows, she has so much history that it is unreal. And it started off with Miss Liz just telling us convention stories, and boom, Miss Liz has her own show. She frequents Disney. She goes to conventions. She still works the conventions, and she is one of the matriarchs of fandom. So, Miss Liz, you've earned your title, First Lady of Fandom. I found the design for your shirt. I'm sorry it took me so long, but I can guarantee you the car and I will make sure that shirt gets out to you by the end of this month. Okay? I
Well,
found
I
it.
love
I
going to
was
lunch
so
with you.
happy.
You know that.
Oh, I know that's one of the highlights of my month. And look, the car secretly likes it too when we call him from the table.
Yeah. Well, someday he's going to come to the East Coast and we'll actually get to see him in person.
Well, we're trying to make that happen in 2025, Miss Liz. Remember, we discussed it. We're trying to make it happen. I'll be 55 and I want my boy hair wet back.
We're
And then,
working
I
on it.
mean, look, I'm telling you, that would be such a blast because you, me, Simon, Miss Liz, maybe even a few others all go down to Galaxy's Edge and, you know what I mean, hang out with Miss Liz and her stomping ground and just have a great time. But Miss Liz, Wednesday you have the round table, and then Thursday the matriarchs of fandom will be back
Yep.
on, and we can't wait to see you on both of those shows. And of course, I cannot wait to have lunch with my Miss Liz.
Yeah.
So, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us, and you can check it. You can check this page. You can check this video back out here or on YouTube because I will be dropping it as soon as we finish. Wolf, take us out, sir.
As I was saying before, thank you again for joining us with our First Lady of Fandom, Miss Liz, who we obviously know, love, and adore. But we will be back with Miss Liz as soon as she's ready to drop another video. You have her tomorrow night, Thursday night. Oh, you're just going to have so much Miss Liz, you're going to love her even more. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. May the force serve you well. Follow the creed. And for Miss Liz, live long and prosper.